Today we have an exclusive phone. It's for T-Mobile. It's called the T-Mobile Cliq 2. This is a slide-out QWERTY Android 2.2 MOTOBLUR Road Warrior. There's not even a price on the Cliq 2 yet, but we know it ships on January 19th. However, we happen to have the full review of this phone, so stay tuned for the Motorola Cliq 2. If you remembered the original Motorola Cliq, we complained about the fact that the design was a little wonky, that the screen jiggled around like jello. Well, Motorola has revamped the design, and the Motorola Cliq 2 snaps out nicely with its QWERTY keyboard, and you'll notice that the QWERTY keyboard resembles a honeycomb found in a beehive. And that seems to be all the buzz about this phone. Now you'll notice the open space on either side of the keys, and Motorola did that deliberately to space the keys together for faster input, and we will say it worked. Typing on the Motorola Cliq 2 was one of the best parts of this phone. We love this keyboard. Definitely better than the G2, better than the Droid 2. Now the Motorola Cliq 2 also has a high resolution 3.7 inch 854 by 480 pixel capacitive touchscreen. And we could see that Motorola took advantage of most of the real estate on the facade of the Cliq 2. Save the haptic feedback buttons, menu, home, back, and search. For external controls, we have a standard fleet. We have a naked USB terminal. We have a power lock switch, 3.5mm audio jack, volume control, and we have a camera button. There's also a vibrate switch located on the phone, so we can actually set the phone to vibrate without even having to delve into the menu system. On the back we find the 5-megapixel camera lens with embedded LED flash, and we have a nice stylish grooved back panel. However, it's pretty darn flimsy. Every time we took the back panel off, it felt like we were going to snap it in half. Underneath, the Motorola Cliq 2 has a 2GB micro SD card that can hold up to 32GB in its slot, but for the most part, this phone has a very high-class construction. The Motorola Cliq 2 has a snappy 1GHz processor and Android 2.2 with Flash 10.1 support. Now we also get MOTOBLUR with this phone, which is a social networker's dream. We're going to delve into MOTOBLUR and some of the other new features on the Motorola Cliq 2. As we can see here, this is our social feeds update, and this is called Happenings. And basically we have a contact here. All we have to do is tap on this contact, and right away we can contact them via phone, email, Facebook, messaging. Here is a tweet feed we have right here, and those are emails. So as we can see, everything is integrated within the home screens. We get 7 home screens. Now here are shortcuts. We could also put our favorite contacts on our shortcuts and whatever medium we want to use to contact them. And here we can integrate MySpace, Facebook, email, any email like Hotmail, PhotoBucket, LinkedIn. Now one thing about MOTOBLUR is that all of the accounts that you use to sign in, if you sync them all, they are synced into this giant biblical pile of contacts that can just be exceedingly daunting and really throw you for a loop. So for the business user, we have Quick Office, we have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF support. We can create and view and alter documents. We also have a calendar, and we can create events, send those to our colleagues, reply and reply all, create alerts. So it's just like the calendar you have on your desktop. Of course, out of the box we get Google goodies, and this is one of them, the Android market. This is the revamped Android market. So it's just an aesthetic kind of change here. And there's our favorite, Angry Birds. And let's jump out of this. You can see we have Gmail. We also have Talk, so we can IM. There's another IM support there. But it has to be done over the network, can't be done over Wi-Fi. Speaking of Wi-Fi, this phone has Wi-Fi calling. So you can save minutes and get a better signal. For internet browsing, we loved using the browser in landscape mode. and that can only be accessed by sliding the keyboard out. And let's go to our bookmarks, and we get this really nifty bookmarks menu here that allows us to scroll through just like we would on the image gallery. So here's a quick look at 3D gaming. Now, one thing to be aware of is this phone is exceedingly loud. Let's pump up the volume here. Very loud phone. But 3D games are running very smoothly. Graphics are pretty darn nice. I just suck at this game. Call quality and battery life was the only shaky department for us with this phone. Call quality was middle of the road. We experienced background noise in pretty much all of our calls, and that's just not limited to ambient sound in the background. It was sound that was carried over the phone. So that's something to look out for. And also battery life, depending on your usage of this phone, battery life will drain like a son of a gun. So just keep an eye on the task manager. The good thing is it has a task manager and it has an advanced battery meter. We will say that the Motorola Cliq 2's 5-megapixel camera is one of its highlights. For still images in bright light, macro shooting, images were crisp, colors were accurate, and detail was just spot on. Even in moderately low light, this phone churned out a decent performance. And when we got to real low light, we experienced some noise, but the camera's flash came to the rescue. We've seen a better flash performance on other phones, but for bright and moderate light shooting, the Motorola Cliq 2 is a winner. Even in video mode, this phone takes 720 by 480 widescreen VGA resolution videos, and we preferred the quality of the WVGA resolution videos to most of the phones out there that have 720p HD, because it looks like crap most of the time. But the videos on the Cliq 2 were great, even in low light. Even audio recording, it has stereo audio recording. And the camera interface and gallery is pretty nifty as well. So here's our InfoSync diagnosis with the Motorola Cliq 2. This is a phone that barreled into the market, and it left phones like the Droid 2 and the G2 shaking in their boots. And the reason is because this is just such a polished, do-it-all, everyman type of phone with a prominent set of features that is very enticing for the business user. Not only does this phone excel with social networking, multimedia, and imaging, but the Motorola Cliq 2 is an answer to the Motorola Droid 2 or a BlackBerry, or somebody who is locked into a T-Mobile contract and is looking to upgrade a phone. The Motorola Cliq 2 should not be overlooked when perusing for a new business device or multimedia social networking device, so we highly recommend checking out the Motorola Cliq 2. For InfoSync World, I'm Mike Perlman.